Hello. Hi. Welcome to the coping stream. The stream where we're gonna cope and mourn the loss of what could have been a great Oscar season. Hello, Aaron. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah. Hello, Aaron Kalu. Yeah. Not a great day for the Oscars. I mean, there were some good wins. There were some very good wins, and we will talk about those. But for the most part, yeah, this was one of the most disappointing. Like, somehow, like, I knew Anora was winning. Like, I knew Anora was winning Best Picture. But somehow it got even worse than that. Sean Baker winning 4 for Anora in all movies is honestly awful. Think about this. Christopher Nolan and Martin Scorsese have less Oscars than Sean Baker currently. Sean Baker has more Oscars than I think even Steven Spielberg. Wasn't it supposed to be an hour later? Wait, was it supposed to be an hour later? Oh, shit. Yeah. Oops. Oopsies. Yeah. Oops. I think, ooh. Yeah. Oopsie poopsie. I think I fucked this one up. I'm not ending the stream. It's too late. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, Sean Baker has the same amount of Oscars as Steven Spielberg and Scorsese combined. Damn. Damn. Let's see. Wasn't about you guesstimated me a total of 4 times. I'm still mad about that. Look! Predict at your own discretion. Predict at your own discretion. Like, I don't know what's going on. Anora winning is aging like fine wine. Or maybe it's gonna age like a rotten grape. Like grape juice is just kind of like rotten to the core, and there's just like, and there's like little particles and maybe some bacteria in there. God damn, like, my God, man, this is sad. This is really sad. Like we'll talk about these overall, like whatever you guys want to bring up in the chat, but like, come on, guys. Anora in editing. Did we really have to give it film editing? Like, really? Did we really need to do that? It was already winning a ton of Oscars as is. Editing was just not necessary. Like, that was ridiculous. When Sean Baker won editing, I knew it was going to sweep. Oh, yeah. I thought Yura Borisov winning supporting actor was more likely than this. Man, and you know what? I'll say it. I'll say my hot take. Bohemian Rhapsody was a better editing winner than this. Sorry, not sorry. I thought Bohemian Rhapsody was a better editing winner than Anora. I think Anora won because it's just the most liked movie, just like the Conclave winning editing at BAFTA. But it usually doesn't work out that way. Like, Parasite didn't win editing. Nomadland didn't win editing. I mean, Coda wasn't even nominated for editing. But then again, you could also argue but even then, it's like, Power of the Dog wasn't going to win editing, even when it was at its peak. You know, Green Book did win editing. Moonlight didn't win editing. It's like, this is just highly irregular. It's highly irregular for them to go for a movie in film editing just because it's the most liked movie. It won editing because there was no standout nominee for editing. I thought Conclave, like, it had very... Like, they had Conclave, like, there were plenty of movies that had very showy editing. If Wicked or something, like, if Wicked, like, showed up at, like, BAFTA or or Critics' Choice, it probably would have gotten into the Oscar. It probably could have been competitive for the win. I felt like Conclave was going to win editing, but I predicted Anora to win editing. Man, this is heinous. I still can't believe this actually happened. Like, I don't know how in the world this happened. Like, editing. Also, there was no clear frontrunner. Challengers won Globe and Critics' Choice. But usually when that happens, the Oscars just kind of default to whatever BAFTA does. Like, they usually just default to BAFTA, really. You know, like, for example, with All Quiet on the Western Front. Oh my god, stop. Alright. I'm just gonna pause notifications for that. But yeah, it's like BAFTA will call some of these close races. Like, they called All Quiet on the Western Front winning cinematography and score. It's like, usually the Oscars don't go so rogue like this. And even then, like, Dune, when the first Dune won editing, it's still, like, the whole thing around that season was like, it makes sense for Dune to win editing, but why isn't it? It was just weird. 3 years in a row, the Best Picture won editing. Before that, there were none after Argo won. Yeah, very bizarre. But how do you know BAFTA didn't go with Conclave in editing just because they loved Conclave? Because again, it's just, usually that doesn't happen. You know, like, the BAFTAs loved All Quiet on the Western Front like hell. Like, they gave it 7 awards, and they still gave editing to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, they didn't even like it. And, like, editing was Everything Everywhere All at Once's only win at BAFTA. Oscars just hate horror. Conclave's not horror. It's not a horror movie, though. Mid-award show. It's weird, because it's like, there were some very good parts of the Oscar ceremony. Like, well, for one, the opening with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, they were amazing. They were amazing with that. But also, Conan was a fantastic host. I loved him as a host. I hope they get him back. But it's like, it was so weird how they're like, this show's running too long. Even though some of these sequences were, like, for example, like, when they were, like, having Robert Downey Jr. and Divine Joy Randolph, like, were reading, like just praising the actors and not even showing clips, that took longer than actually showing clips. Oh, I'm talking about Demi losing out. Yeah, it was clearly, like, a horror bias. Oh. They don't award co-leads. But it's weird, again, it's weird because, like, they have at times, you know, look at Olivia Colman in The Favorite. She had very little screen time in the film compared to other lead actress winners, and yet she still won. Glad award season is over. Let's leave Anora and Amelia Perez in the past. Save your energy, King. No, this is the time for Post-Mortem, where we can air our grievances. I love the wasting time bit. Yeah, the wasting time bit was funny. I have no qualms with, you know, Conan hosting. Like, he was actually a great host. I loved what he did as a host. They didn't even nominate Toni Collette for Hereditary. It never felt like they would award a horror movie. Yeah, I think ultimately the horror bias won. The horror bias still won. What Netflix movie do you think is getting the Best Picture next year? I honestly don't know, because they might acquire something. Netflix might just acquire something, like how they acquired Amelia Perez. Because I'm not an award expert, and granted, these are, like, I'll probably do my Best Picture, I don't know when I'm going to do my Best Picture predictions. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of, But it's like, I don't know what studios are going to be, you know, getting some films. It's kind of hard to tell. But Olivia went up against an actress who wasn't in a Best Picture film. But still, I mean, there were still other options. I'm just saying, it's like, you know, I think ultimately it was the horror bias that got in the way. The horror bias and the fact that Anora was just a stronger film in Best Picture than The Substance, to be honest. And also, since we got some people here, thank you guys, for watching this. If you want to show some support for the channel, we got super stickers, super chats, memberships, or you can gift memberships. You can do that as well. That would really help the channel if you did that. Or if you want to support me directly, go to ko-fi.com/ChristianHannah, which you can see down there. Yeah. Hello, Christina B. Hello. I think The Substance needed quality sound and editing nominations to get Demi the win. Honestly, maybe. Like, it did underperform with nominations. It did, like, compared to what it could have done. Demi was only in 42% of The Substance, not even above 50, though. But I don't know. It's kind of tough. Like, I don't think they're thinking about... I really don't think that on their ballot they're thinking, this person is not really a lead. Because, again, look at Anthony Hopkins for Silence of the Lambs. He won Best Lead Actor, and yet was only in the movie for, like, 15 minutes. Do you think the Academy will continue to award horror, or is this just a once-in-a-decade thing? Like, well, technically... This is twice in a decade, because Get Out is technically within this decade. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be like a regular thing. I think it's just going to be like one of those rare instances where we're like, oh wow, they're doing horror. Which is why I'm not going to buy into Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein until it's proven. Like, until I am proven wrong, I'm not jumping on the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein thing. Like, no. I need to see, I need to see award season actually go in its direction. Nicole Kidman was in less than 50% of the hours and won Best Actress. Yeah, that's true. They'll be like, oh, here we have a makeup win nom. That's pretty much it for horror fans. I'm just saying it's a factor, including others. I think, like I said, like everything just, I feel like everything just kind of goes into it. It's like, yeah, there are a lot of factors. After Anora won editing, I don't think those extra Substance nominations would save her. No, like the moment Anora won film editing, again, I thought editing was the least likely win it would get, and yet it still won editing. The Substance deserved Best Original Screenplay over Anora. I would agree with that. The Substance would have been my pick yeah. That would have been my pick for Original Screenplay. I don't think Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is going to be a huge player at the Oscars. Maybe just costumes, makeup, production, design, and that's it. Maybe cinematography. Maybe. I mean, it is Guillermo del Toro, so you never know, but it's also like, because, like, technically, you know, his past two live-action films have gotten into Best Picture, but now we're dealing with a horror movie, which is like, Again, if I start to see some good evidence, it seems to actually be rolling up some steam, then I'll probably start predicting it. But right now, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon too much right now. Let me look. I will say there was one category that I'm very proud to have called animated feature going to Flow. A lot of people were still saying, oh, it's going to be The Wild Robot, it's going to be Wild Robot, and I was like, you know what? No, I think it's going to be Flow. I got this one right. Flow ended up winning, and I called it. Because I was like, animated feature was one of three I got wrong. You only got one of three wrong? Damn. And he gets this for supporting actress next year. I don't even know who's a supporting actress next year, to be honest. Let me look on Award Expert. Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good. The thing is, I'm very wary of Wicked for Good because people who have seen the stage show told me that the second act of Wicked is worse than the first act. Like, I am suspecting that everyone's going to start predicting Wicked, but I think, now my theory is the reason why they probably split it into two movies was so that the first one, which is the better film, would get all the awards buzz, and the second film would have all the box office because of the hype the first one had. There is one music biopic to be nominated. Will it be Deliver Me From Nowhere or Michael? Isn't Deliver Me From Nowhere the one with, isn't that the one with Jeremy Allen White, I think? Yeah, that's the one with Jeremy Allen White. Like, I'm gonna go with that one instead of Michael, because Michael is being directed by Antoine Fuqua, and the last awards contender he had was Training Day. That was a long, long time ago. So I don't think I could do that. I don't think I'm gonna do Michael right now. Like, if it comes out and it turns out to be a big hit and everyone loves it, and it's like Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, where it's like no one expected that to happen, cool. But right now, until I'm proven like, Antoine Fuqua is sort of like Ridley Scott, where I'm not gonna believe a film he's doing is gonna be like a Best Picture thing until I start to see it manifest. After the hunt is dead in a ditch, they hate Luca Guadagnino. I would agree. I would agree with that. Like, I'm not going to bet on a Luca Guadagnino movie again, until I'm proven wrong. Like, he has not had an awards player since Call Me By Your Name. And it's not like he makes, very few movies. No, he makes like a movie almost every year, and they still don't happen. I'm not doing it. Mickey 17 an Oscar contender. Mickey 17 budget is insane. I don't know. I don't know about Mickey 17, because Mickey 17, I mean, the reviews are good, but they're not amazing. I mean, the only way I could like see, yeah, like even on IMDb, not IMDb, on Rotten Tomatoes, it currently stands at an 89% at 44 reviews, but the reviews are like 7.6 out of 10. That's not amazing. The only way I could really see this being a thing, actually, wait, let me look at, hold on. Yeah, no. It's not really a critic's favorite right now. Like, unless this were to, like, I don't know, if this were to make, like, a stupid amount of money, then maybe. If it made, like, a stupid amount of money, then, like, alright, sure, perhaps. But it's probably not going to make a lot of money, to be honest. It's probably not going to be it's probably going to be a box office bomb. And keep in mind, Warner Brothers recently has not really been great at campaigning their films for wins. Like, Barbie went from being a potential number 2 to, being only winning 1 Oscar, and Dune Part 2 getting less than getting nominated for like almost half the nominations. Dune Part 2 getting half the nominations that the first one did. They're like, Warner Brothers is just kind of bad at campaigning now, ever since the days of David Zaslav takeover. I agree. If it makes a lot of money, it could factor. Yeah, I will only predict Mickey 17 if it makes a lot of money. If it makes a lot of money, I mean, like, if it's like a bona fide box office smash hit. Because then, sure, but I don't think that's going to happen. Mickey 17 might bomb at the box office. That's kind of my guess right now. That's kind of my guess of what's happening. There are so many heavy hitters this year, but I feel like none are locked. Like, kind of like how earlier in the year, Dune 2 and Killers of the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer were all locks. The only thing I can maybe say right now, like maybe 2 I'll say I would lock in right now. One Battle After Another, the Paul Thomas Anderson film, because I feel like Paul Thomas Anderson is like on a very big streak right now. And I would still say Life of Chuck. I'm still predicting Life of Chuck, because it is it's still won the TIFF Audience Award, and I think that's still big. Let's see. Any predictions on Cannes Film Festival? I have no idea what's even happening at the Cannes Film Festival, if I'm going to be honest. Do you think the Safdie brothers can get their Sean Baker Oscar moment in the near future, or do you think they'll remain indie and snubbed like they did Good Time and Uncut Gems? Perhaps their time will come eventually. I mean, they've worked with some big names. I mean, like, Adam Sandler loves working with them. And the fact that, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking out for the Smashing Machine. I know a lot of people are looking at Marty Supreme, but I'm actually a little bit more. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Smashing Machine being a potential Oscar player, because when they announced that Dwayne Johnson was going to be in the new Martin Scorsese film, that made me raise my eyebrow. It's like, huh. Because that makes me think, I wonder if Martin Scorsese saw like an early cut of The Smashing Machine and realized, oh my god, The Rock is amazing in that. Like, saw something in this? Because, like, this is, like, it's, like, I don't know. Like I just have a feeling that The Smashing Machine might be bigger than we expect. Considering The Rock is really trying to do this whole, you know, I want to be like an Oscar contender actor thing. And, what better way to do that than from jumping from a Safdie movie into a Scorsese film? The campaigning for The Smashing Machine, I think, is just going to be pretty big. If I'm not gonna lie, because like the whole narrative is gonna be, let's get The Rock an Oscar nomination. He's been around Hollywood for like 2.5 decades, and he's taking it seriously now. He has like a big narrative right now, and The Smashing Machine could, honest to God, win makeup. So, Christian, Neon and A24 will always be big Oscar players. We will definitely have to pay attention to what films they pick up this year. Oh, absolutely. But right now, like, I mean, considering, Neon has The Life of Chuck, I mean, I don't know why people are just casting aside Life of Chuck. I mean, yeah, sure, it's gonna be a summer film, but at the same time, like, that hasn't really stopped a lot of Best Picture winners recently, And again, it won the TIFF Audience Award, so I want to take that seriously. Actually, wait. Let's see. Dwayne Johnson as a gangster mob boss would cook. He has charisma. I would agree. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. How are you, ZG13Goat? No, you're right. It's going to be big. My best picture predictions are One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, After the Hunt, Hamnet, Jay Kelly, Avatar 3, Wicked 2, Nouvelle Vogue, The Life of Chuck, and Ann Lee. Oh, alright. I think Neon's best picture contender will either be Life of Chuck or Sentimental Value, but I don't think it'll be both. Yeah, and AJ says, I agree. Life of Chuck could at very least get a Best Picture nom. I might even right now predict Life of Chuck to win Adapted Screenplay. I mean, to be fair, like that, we don't really know what's going on. Because we already know how Life of Chuck has been received. So it's kind of easy for me to say that right now. But I right now maybe say Life of Chuck for Adapted Screenplay. Because, again, it won TIFF Audience Award. That's pretty big. And again, it did. It did, well, there is, a narrative in there. Yorgo says Bugonia is not going to have any chances, right? It might. I mean, Yorgo Lanthimos is not writing the film, so it might have a chance. What did you think of Brody's acceptance speech last night? I thought it was good. I mean, it was very long, but, I mean, I thought it was fine. If Wicked 2 is somehow a masterpiece, look out for a Jonathan Bailey win. He's doing a lot more than Grande and Revo in the second act. I will do that only if, it is better. If it is considered better than the first film. But the problem is that I did a poll here for people who saw the Wicked stage show, and they said the second act is worse. That's why I have my worries. I'm like, that's a big red flag for me. Big red flag. What about Kiss of the Spider-Woman musical with Jennifer Lopez? I don't think it's going to go anywhere, really. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. One, it was very odd that the musical adaptation directed by Bill Condon premiered at Sundance. That's not a good sign. And the reviews are not amazing. It's not really amazing. If this wanted to make a big splash, it should have, premiered at, one of the fall festivals. But, yeah, this is very odd. Yorgo is eventually gonna win director and picture. Probably, yeah. Solid like most other Oscar wins. Plus, I won 19 out of 23 for my school's Film Society pool and won a chest of Blu-rays. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Do you think Jennifer Lawrence will be back in the Oscars conversation this year? If she's in the right movie, but I'm not exactly sure what she's in right now. The team behind Begonia is more correlative to Poor Things than The Favorite as opposed to Kinds of Kindness. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah, Jonathan Bailey only wins if Wicked 2 wins Best Picture, which I give like a 5% chance of happening right now. The only way I could see Wicked Part 2 winning Best Picture is if John M. Chu wins Best Director. Because, like, musical adaptations, they don't win screenplay. They do not win screenplay, and it's also, and even that's rare for them to even get nominated. So, I would only predict Wicked 2 to win Best Picture if John M. Chu's winning director. Which, again, is kind of, like, he's kind of in a bad spot right now, because, again, not only is he directing the second act of a musical, where people say the second act was worse than the first act, but it's still a big blockbuster kind of directing thing, and the Oscars just don't like that. Do you think Colman Domingo could win the Best Supporting Actor Oscar this year for Michael? I'm not going to bet on it right now because, again, Antoine Fuqua has not had an awards player since Training Day. I just can't do it. Do you think Michael is getting delayed to 2026? I have no idea. I think Coleman wins for lead actor for playing Nat King Cole. Is that even coming out this year? I'm not sure. Jennifer Lawrence is in Die, My Love. What is it? What is Die, My Love? Lynn Ramsey. I'm not going to bet on that right now. I don't think I can bet on that right now. Probably not. Lynn Ramsey, I don't think makes like big like Oscar contending movies. If Anora had to win one Oscar for you, what would it be? If it had, okay, I wouldn't be happy, but like, if it won like original screenplay and nothing else, I could be able. I'm like, all right, whatever, I can ignore it. I would, yeah, it would probably be that, maybe like original screenplay. Because even though I don't want it to win original screenplay, it's just like, whatever. Really, it's like the other movies could. It's not a particularly strong category. Even though I'd prefer if The Substance or The Brutalist won, but it's like, whatever. Like as long like we'll still have like Demi Moore and Brady Corbet and just anything else. Wicked will have at least 3 new songs for part 2, so they're certainly there for a song nom at least. If the movie is not received well, it probably might not even get nominated for those. That's the problem, because if the movie's not received well, it's gonna start falling from a lot of categories. Like, sort of like how everyone thought, like, oh yeah, Babylon's gonna be like a 10+ nomination film. And then the reviews came out and it all just started falling. It ultimately only got 3 nominations and couldn't even win the one category where it was sweeping, which was production design. So it's like, watch out if Wicked for Good is not received well. If it is not received well, then the dominoes are going to start falling really, really fast. They take the songs from the play. I don't see them making new songs. Well, no, Fuzz. They actually did say they will make original songs for Wicked for Good. They actually are making original songs. Did you like Babylon? Oh yeah, I loved Babylon Fraser. I love Babylon. Babylon's amazing. Hello, college. Like, that was funny. I think Twinless will get a lone nomination for supporting actor with Dylan O'Brien and win. He's so good in that movie. I don't want to bet on it because, again, it doesn't seem to be like a Best Picture thing at all. And I just don't really see it being in the conversation like A Real Pain was. Are we looking forward to that Trey Parker film that's supposed to come out this July 4th and features Kendrick Lamar? My friend saw Kendrick and the crew shooting in his hometown. Ooh, that's cool. I don't know if I'm going to be completely honest. It's like, from what I heard, it's not like a goofy, like, South Park comedy thing. Like, it's a little bit more of, like, a straightforward kind of satire. Something a little bit closer to, like, Get Out or Atlanta. Which does interest me, but it's one of the things where it's like, I have to believe it when I'll see... If people are coming out of it saying, yeah, no, this is going to be an awards player, Trey Parker and Matt Stone and Kendrick Lamar, they're coming for those Oscars. If that happens, watch out. Fuzz says, imagine Kendrick wins an Oscar. If that happens, then Drake is going to be crying in a fetal position. Boop, 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 doop. I could see that Trey Parker movie getting original screenplay and original song for right now. Again, if it's received very well, watch out for that, maybe. Train Dreams has a shot at Best Picture, in my opinion. It's by the filmmakers of Sing Sing. I will say, like, I do worry about something like Train Dreams being that, you know, sophomore filmmaker film that doesn't really translate to the Oscars. You know, like Saltburn, but we'll have to see. Drake's L expanding to Oscars 2026 would be insane. Yeah, that would be really, really funny if that happened. I feel like it will be received well. There's so much more content in the second half. Everyone fixes on the 2 main songs in the first part. We'll have to see. But again, I just took a lot of, like if you're talking about Wicked, it's like I gotta trust the audiences when that saw the Wicked stage show. I gotta trust them when they say that Wicked Act 2 is not as good as Act 1. What about The Materialists? Is that the oh yeah, that's the Celine Song film. Again, I currently have that at like number 13 right now, but there is a very good chance that The Materialists could just be like a movie that no one really cares about. Like, again, the sophomore filmmaker film that no one really cares about. Like, that's what I'm worried about. We'll have to see. Do you think an overdue narrative is already forming for Coleman Domingo? The problem is, like, Coleman Domingo has really been, like, coming into his own. Like, how do I describe it? It's like Coleman Domingo has been becoming like a big name like this current decade, the 2020s. So it's like I don't know. And plus, like, already, like, this is kind of his second back-to-back nomination. So I think we'll have to see like a decade of that to see before I say he's like overdue or something like that. Avatar 3 is probably going to miss every nominations except for VFX and sound. I don't know. Like, I tried to doubt Avatar 2 for Best Picture, and that didn't work. And plus, when it comes to Avatar 3, I was like, there is a lot more pressure now to do something that's a little bit that's more different than what Avatar and Avatar 2 did. Because, like, all right, you got Avatar 2, it's like the legacy sequel, and so you can get a lot more leeway. But now things are gotta be a little bit different. And I've been hearing it might be a bit different, so we'll have to see. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. What if I Had Legs, I'd Kick You got a Best Picture nomination and a Supporting Actor nomination for Conan O'Brien? I'm probably not expecting that. Are you excited for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning? I'm looking forward to it. I don't like the Mission Impossible movies aren't like my favorite movies, but it's like, all right, I'll probably see it. Do you think Luca Guadagnino or Greta Gerwig will have an Oscar moment like Christopher Nolan and Sean Baker? Probably. I mean, like, it's like it's interesting because, like, with Greta Gerwig, like, I think the Narnia movies are going to be pretty big Oscar contenders. I mean, if she made a Barbie movie work and got that to 8 nominations, then I am sure Narnia is going to work out. I don't know if she's going to win for that, but I think one of these days, you know, she's going to win an Oscar. And Luca Guadagnino, if he like pulls out of like the weird stuff, then maybe he could win. Do you think Timothée Chalamet has a chance at getting a nomination or win next year for Marty Supreme? Is it the right kind of movie? Well, I think I'm currently predicting him for a nomination. But I don't know if I could see him winning right now. Because, like, right now, I don't have Marty Supreme in Best Picture. I'm going with... I only want to go with one Safdie movie, and I'm going with The Smashing Machine, because I feel like there's a lot more of a narrative there with, like, you know, Dwayne Johnson. And the fact that Dwayne Johnson's going to be in a Martin Scorsese film makes me really wonder about, like, how strong, like, Smashing Machine is, because I'm wondering if Martin Scorsese saw it. Do you think Adam Sandler would get a nomination for Jay Kelly? I have no idea. It is directed by Noah Baumbach, which is very good. Like, if it just if it really does, if it really is like a crowd pleaser and it's very successful, then maybe, who knows? Well, it also depends on how big his role is in the film. And I will say, guys, if I do end up missing your chats right here, because the chat is scrolling up quite a bit. If I do end up missing your chat, I'm so sorry. But if you want to guarantee that I'll be able to see your message, like I said, super chats are available, or memberships or something like that. So just as a little thing, like that will guarantee your message being read. I love Greta, but she's going to pay for her crimes she did for president of the Cannes jury last year. I blame the Amelia Perez campaign on her. To be fair, it's like, I don't think she could have foreseen any of this happening. Jay Kelly will probably not be an Oscar contender because of the release date. I don't know when the release date is. I doubt that Mikey Wynn will do anything for her career. No, it will. Like, she's already getting, offers for movies. And look, I'm not bummed about that. Like, hey, get your work, that's fine. Like, I didn't want her to win. I wanted someone else to win, but I'm not going to take it out on her personally. Are you going to predict the BAFTA winners in the acting and craft categories to win in the Oscars in the future? It all kind of depends, really. It all kind of depends. Because... Like, it depends on what the circumstances are. You still want to generally go with BAFTA when it comes to craft categories. You still generally want to do that. But, yeah. Is this Paul Thomas Anderson's year finally? Maybe DGA and PGA propel his film to a win? I think DGA waits to crown filmmakers until they have a strong body of work. Perhaps. It also, obviously, it does depend on, like, if, one battle after another is really, really received well. But we'll have to see. I mean, it does have a very good cast. And again, you want to bet on something like Paul Thomas Anderson to get nominated. And right now, this is probably the easiest film you could predict. So yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson's film feels like Killers of the Flower Moon or Fablemans or Belfast or Mank. Oh. If best casting was this year, would Anora have won it? Probably. I mean, who knows? I mean, they like jizzed all over Anora. And so, like, yeah, they didn't want to give anything else any wins. Ugh. Mikey Madison looked tiny next to Adrian Brody. I'm not surprised. Do you have a Discord server? Yes, I do. For members. It's a members-only Discord server. If you want to be a member of the Hannahcast, the super secret Hannahcast Discord server, come on over and be a member. Hold on, I'll probably put this in. Yeah, if you want to be in the Discord server. Ah, damn it. What is wrong with this thing? But yeah. So yeah, if you're a member of the Hannahcast, if you're a channel member, you can follow this link and you can be in the Discord server. Although you do have to connect your YouTube to your Discord account so that you can so that it recognizes you as a member. So if you don't see or you're not able to access any of the channels, just make sure you connect your YouTube to your Discord. And like I said, if you want to do that, then become a member of the Hannahcast channel. If you want to know what you could do, well, memberships are right here. For $2 a month, you get loyalty badges, custom emojis, members only videos, members only live streams, and shout outs at the end of my videos. It's all really fun. So consider becoming a member. It really means a lot. Are we going to start predicting the Best Picture winner for editing now? I'm not going to start doing that. I think it's because with Everything Everywhere All at Once and Oppenheimer, it made sense. This year was just the random scenario where I think they just wanted to give the director as many Oscars as possible. So I'm not gonna predict the I'm not gonna bet that the Best Picture winner is going to win editing because it's winning Best Picture. Still such a huge sting for Demi Moore, but I even thought Demi Moore had a better gown than Mikey. I mean, I don't really care about the dresses. That's like whatever. Why do you have Superman shortlisted for Best Picture? If you're talking about like in my predictions on Award Expert, I mean, to be fair, it's at the very, very, very bottom. And I will probably remain at the very bottom because I could see a narrative somewhere. Like, if this is like extremely well received, because, you know, in our current political climate, things are kind of hopeless. And, you know, if Superman comes out and it's like considered one of the best superhero movies ever made, then you could have a narrative there where it's like, oh, Superman is like how we should aspire our country to be, or something like that. Again, I'm not going to predict it for Best Picture right now. It is like literally going to be at the bottom of that list right now because we don't have a lot of information. So that's just kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm only kind of putting in, yeah. I was trying to predict VFX early. It really feels like locked in 5 even, though I know it's probably not. Superman, Wicked, Avatar, Fantastic Four, Mission Impossible. Right? Like, that's what I'm predicting, but there's no way it's going to be that 5. There's no way it's going to end up being that 5. Like, there's going to be some random movie that comes out at the end of the year that we don't even know exists right now. Like, you know, how there was, like, Better Man, or Godzilla -1, or All Quiet on the Western Front, or something like that. Just some movie that we don't even know exists right now. So, but right now, nothing else makes sense to predict for visual effects. So, there's probably going to be something that just really happens at the end of that something just crazy happens. VFX is always insanely hard to predict for no reason. Like, I can't remember a time where we had at least a locked-in 4. You could probably argue, you know, 2019, where you had... What was it? Where you had, like, you know, The Lion King, Avengers Endgame, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and The Irishman. Like, that was probably a good locked-in 4. The weird one was 1917. Tron visual effects. I would, but I'm willing to bet Tron Ares is going to have amazing visual effects, but the problem is they've never nominated a Tron movie. Like, the first film, I mean, let's be honest, the first Tron, for its time, should have won Best Visual Effects. Like, it is insanely it was arguably the most groundbreaking achievement. It was like one of the top 3 most groundbreaking achievements in CGI ever. And the best part is that it can still hold up because it's in a computer world, so it doesn't need to look all real. So it already had an excuse. But back then, you know, they thought like, and it was, yeah. So yeah, but Tron was not. The first Tron was not nominated. But then you had Tron Legacy, which looked like it was going to get a nomination, but then it didn't. And I'm like, what? So, if they didn't nominate the first Tron, if they didn't nominate Tron Legacy, I don't think they're going to nominate Tron Ares. Unless, like, competition is, like, so barren. But then again, like, it also depends on, like, if they just like the movie. Do they like the movie? We'll have to see. Insert username here. And no Mickey 17, Tron Ares, or Jurassic World Rebirth for visual effects. Well, let's see. I already gave my points as to why I don't think Tron's happening. Jurassic World Rebirth, the effects do look amazing, but the problem is the visual effects branch does not give a shit about dinosaurs anymore. I mean, it'll be shortlisted. Don't get me wrong. Jurassic World Rebirth will be shortlisted, but they do not give a shit about like the last dinosaur movie to get nominated was The Lost World Jurassic Park, which was like what, 1997? No, I'm not going to predict that. No way. And then Mickey 17, it's like, the effects do look very good. I do wonder how far it can go, but like, the fact that it's like this early, it's come out this early, I don't know. It would have to have some sort of sustaining power for me to believe that it would get into visual effects. So yeah, no. How to Train a Dragon for visual effects. Same thing with the dinosaurs awards guy. Like, same thing with the awards. Same thing with the dinosaur thing. It's like the visual effects branch doesn't really give a shit about dragons either. You know, there was like when it comes to like big scaly reptile. And yeah, we could probably argue Godzilla -1, but that was like a very barren year for visual effects. You kind of have to put an asterisk on that because in terms of the visual effects branch, all right. let's face it, Godzilla Minus One was probably like number 5 to be nominated because it got only like one nomination in the Visual Effects Society, and they fucked up on the short list where there was like no Dungeons and Dragons. I know I just said dragons there, but there's a lot more going on in Dungeons and Dragons than just dragons. But it's like, you know, they fucked up the short list, and it was a very weak year, so Godzilla kind of got in by default at like number 5. So I'm not going to expect How to Train Your Dragon to happen. No, they don't give a shit about dinosaurs or dragons. Damn. Oh wait, Rodney. For saying it won't is kind of weird. Wait, what? How would you rate the Best Picture winners of this decade so far? Oh, for the 2020s? And fun fact, this week, I probably will do a tier list video on all the Best Picture nominated films of the 2020s. Like, I'm not going to do my list right now, but, you know, I'll probably give you a little sneak peek. Like, looky. I have a tier. This is good. I will do this week. I will do a tier list video of the best picture of all the Best Picture nominated films. Of all the Best Picture nominated films of the 2020s. Yeah. And there's like 48 films, so this will be a pretty long video, so stick around the channel for something like that. That's going to be fun. I'm actually going to do a lot of, like, since it's the halfway point of the decade, I'm going to do, like, a lot of lists. I'm going to do a lot of things. I'm going to be doing some tier lists, some top 10 lists. Like, I'm going to do a tier list for, like, the best, like March will probably be, like, this will be retrospective month. Like, April is probably when I'll start doing, like, official Oscar predictions again, but March is probably going to be where I do, like, the retrospective videos, looking, like, a tier list of the 2020s Best Picture nominees, a tier list of the 2020s Best Animated Feature nominees, maybe some others as well. We'll have to see, maybe, like, the acting winners or something like that, or maybe even the acting nominees. We'll have to see. But I'll also do top 10 best wins of the decade so far, top 10 worst wins of the decade so far, top 10 most surprising nominations and wins of the decade so far. It's going to be a lot of fun. EastDVR says, I really love Belfast. Same! Belfast is great. People are haters. The Godzilla Minus 1 year in visual effects was one of the most insanely difficult categories to predict in both the wins and nominations. Yeah, that was chaotic. Again, I'm a little bit worried because this year is not looking that strong for visual effects. It's not looking to be that strong. So it does worry me a little bit. So, yeah. I'm pretty confident in my score 5 right now, but anything can happen. I've got one battle after another. Frankenstein, After the Hunt, Wicked, For Good, Begonia, and I'd say F1 and Fantastic Four. Oh, I don't think Fantastic Four and F1 are because here's the thing. Here's a little thing that you gotta know. When predicting Best Original Score, you want to predict Best Picture nominees. You want to predict Best Picture, you want to prioritize the Best Picture nominees. Because it's kind of been a recent trend where Best Picture where unless you're John Williams, if you're in Best Picture, you're getting nominated for score. I mean, even Wicked got into score. Even Wicked got in. So it's like, if you're in Best Picture, you're probably just higher up in the, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're in Best Picture, you're probably higher up in the screenings pile. So, yeah. The Wild Robot got into score. True, but keep in mind, all of the films that, all the Best Picture nominees that could have gotten into score were nominated. The Wild Robot, The Wild Robot, got in because there were only 4 Best Picture nominees in Best Original Score. I thought Sing Sing was going to get in, but ultimately it was not in Best Picture. So that's kind of the thing. Why didn't The Wild Robot win was a surprise. It wasn't a surprise to me because I knew it wasn't winning anything. The Oscars are turning more international. The Oscars are not only turning more international, but they're leaning harder into Best Picture stuff than we've seen before. That Globe win really helped Flow. It really did. That Globe win really, really did help Flow. I would agree with that. And when it comes to F1, I will believe F1's a thing if it turns out to be a thing. But I'm not going to predict the next Top Gun Maverick just because people say it's the next Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick was not expected to be that kind of film. It was not expected to be a Best Picture film. People thought it was just going to be just like some sort of mid, people thought it was just going to be some sort of mid... Yeah, people thought it was just going to be some sort of mid-action movie. No one expected that to be in Best Picture. Flow should have been nominated for score, cinematography, visual effects, editing, production design, and sound. Okay, I don't know. Visual effects is a little bit, like let's calm down on visual effects a bit. Like, that's a little bit silly. But at least to me, that's a little bit... I think the nominees for visual effects that we got were, like, perfect. We got perfect. This is a rare year where, like, all the nominees for visual effects I feel like were perfect. I would not change a single one of them. Flow winning wasn't a surprise when it was also in Best International category for me. I mean, you could be surprised, because again, Wild Robot did get more nominations than it was in sound, so that was pretty big, but still, I did predict Flow would win. Do you think Wildwood is winning animated feature? Right now, yeah, because the thing is, weirdly enough, animated feature does not look very good this year. Like, it's kind of barren. Like, the only two I would say are... The only two I would say are locks. I don't even... the only one I would say is a lock is Wildwood. Because who knows, Zootopia 2 might just be like no one... Like, it might be very mid, no one cares. And I guess I do have to put in Elio, but again, it's like, there's nothing else. Everything else I just kind of have to go off of a hunch. The Magnificent Life of Marcel Pagnol, Savages... Like, I don't know anything about this. Because I don't think The Bad Guys 2 is getting nominated for animated feature. And I don't think Dogman's happening. So it's just kind of like, eh. Like, I don't know what's happening. So I guess I do... And I'm not... Like, I guess Animal Farm maybe could happen. But here's the problem. Andy Serkis has not had an animated film... No, Andy Serkis has not had a film have that much acclaim. His movies are not that much... Are not really well acclaimed all that much. So I can't really predict Animal Farm right now. I mean, the Wild Robot won PGA and BAFTA. It was the sensible choice. Okay, but to be fair, Fuzz, never trust PGA when it comes to Best Animated Feature. Never trust PGA, because they will always, no matter what, go for, like, the biggest blockbuster animated American film for Best Animated Feature. Like, there was no chance that Flow was going to win, because they kind of have a bias against international films. I mean, there's a reason why The Boy and the Heron and Flow were the first ever, like, international films nominated at PGA for Best Animated Feature. Like, they would, like, the PGA is so, like, basic that they would rather nominate, like, the Mario movie than even Nimona. They would rather nominate Minions: The Rise of Gru over, Flea. They would rather nominate the first Minions over when Marnie was there. So it's like, PGA winners, never take them into account because it's so predictable they're just going to pick the most, like, popular American film. I think Mickey 17 will at least get a visual effects nom. I mean, we'll have to see. Again, that only depends on, like, if it sustains, if the hype sustains, but yeah, we'll have to see. I do hope Ariana can get in, but it's going to be lead for Wicked for good or supporting yet again. I don't know, but again, I just doubt Wicked for Good is going to be that big of a contender, given the... Yeah, we'll have to see. Like, or given the fact that, like, that people think that the second act of Wicked is the worst act. You're a bad loser, bro. I laugh so hard when you rage at every Anora win, especially editing. So funny now, you can't cope. Nice video. I mean, I don't know why bad loser. I mean, what? That's kind of mean. Grande is not doing that much in Wicked 2. Bailey is basically a co-lead. Did you watch any of the Razzie winners? No, I have not. I have not watched any of the Razzie winners yet. I do hope Anora... Oh, wait, no, you already said that. Anora or Nomadland? Which film is better? Oh, God. Anora is annoying, and Nomadland's boring. But I guess Nomadland's boring, because I I probably had, maybe I would say Nomadland is slightly better because I would give Frances McDormand Best Lead Actress. I thought, like, yeah, she deserved her win. Whereas, like, Anora, I would not give that anything. I would not give Anora anything. Which movie do you hate more, Anora or Emilia Perez? Well, I don't hate either film, but I do think, but this is my hot take, I think Anora is worse. There are at least some sequences in Emilia Perez I do like, but Anora as a whole is just way worse in my opinion. Anne Lee could be an Oscar contender. It's directed by Mona Fastvold, who wrote The Brutalist. Again, I don't, like, is this her first is this the first movie she's directing? I don't know, like... Again, I want to be on the caution of error here. The Emilia Perez song speech was pretty bad, and when the person started singing, oh god, my eyes. Yeah, it was kind of funny, to be honest. It was kind of funny just seeing, like, the chaos unfold. What'd you think of the 2020 Oscar nominees? Bad year for films or good 2019 films? Oh, that was a rare situation where I loved every film nominated. I thought every film that year was great. Like, even Parasite, which wouldn't have been my pick for Best Picture, I still gave it a 10 out of 10, so I can't complain at all. Like, hey, like, that was a great, like, that was, like, a fantastic year. Honestly, yeah, like, across the board, the nominations were fantastic. I mean, okay, there were some that I would I don't know. Like, I wouldn't give The Irishman, like, cinematography, production design, or costumes. I wouldn't go that far. But still, like, that was a great year. That was a great year. No, Mona Fastvold has directed a few films before. Oh, okay, we'll have to see. Especially since the Love Vaginoplastia is the best part of Emilia Perez. Definitely better than Anora. Yeah, like Love Vaginoplastia has gotten to a point where I don't know if I, like, unironically like that song or ironically like that song. Mona directed The World to Come, The Crowded Room, etc. Hold on. I do want to see... Let's just see... Ah, dang it. Hold on. Let me look up the Rotten Tomatoes or like or something like that. Oh my god. Okay. Director. She directed The World to Come. It got decent reviews, but not great. And she also directed The Sleepwalker, which was not very well received. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't know how this is going to, you know... I don't know how this is going to sway things, really. But yeah, she's only directed 2 movies, and one of them was not very well received at all. Let's see. Oh god, okay. Remember that Brady Corbet directed Vox Lux, which was not well received? Vox Lux. Let me look up Vox Lux. Because I don't know. I like... 62%. Alright, that was a bit... I could have sworn Brady Corbet, like, directed something else that was, like, also very well received. Let's see, Childhood of a Leader. That was very well received. Alright. But at the same time, it's what, what was that one? The Mona Fitz... The what? Wait, what was, Ah, man, what was that movie? Fuck, I lost it. I lost that movie. What was it? Ah, man. Oh, Ann Lee. I think with Ann Lee, that is going to have to be... Yeah. I feel like Ann Lee is going to have to be a film that I have to see to believe. Or at the very least, I have to see the reception to believe it. Like, if it comes out and people absolutely love it and are saying, this is an awards contender, then yes, I will start predicting it. But right now... I want to err on the side of caution. I want to err on the side of caution right now. It'll be interesting to see if we have a sweeper next year like Oppenheimer or a more chaotic one. Nothing really feels like an Oppenheimer this year, though. Nothing, like, Oppenheimer had the summer all to itself as well as Barbie, but it's like, nothing really feels like it's good. I feel like we're going to have another chaotic year. How would you have ranked all the Best Actress nominees? Like, all of them this decade or all of this year's Best Actress nominees? Because if we're talking about all of them, like, and like the entire decade, well then, I might have to make a video based on that. Oh, this year? Okay, this year I'd go... Let's see... Fernanda Torres, Demi Moore... Damn it, I forgot who was nominated. God. Hold on, I already forgot who was nominated. Okay. It's really tough, because, like, I did really like Carlos. I might have to, you know what? I might have to abstain from this one, because I could choose a winner, but in terms of ranking them, like, it's really tough because I thought Carlos Sofia Gascon legitimately gave a very good performance in Emilia Perez, but she's also a piece of shit. So I might have to abstain from this one. Or maybe I'll just take her out entirely. If I just take her out entirely, then I would go, you know, Fernanda Torres, then Demi Moore, then Cynthia Erivo, and then Mikey Madison. Do you think March Supreme can win Best Picture? I mean, maybe, but, because again, we don't really know anything about these movies, but I'm not going to do that right. I can't predict that right now. Does Eddington have any shot at even sniffing the Oscars? I know Ari Aster is not an Oscars cup of tea, but Eggers wasn't either until Nosferatu. Eddington is not typical Ari, listed as Western comedy. But the problem is Nosferatu still only got nominated in below-the-line categories and was not even close to being in Best Picture. Not even close. So I can't really do that. Shout out to The Girl with the Needle. It was so good, but it got overshadowed by Emilia Perez. At least another good film ended up winning in the end. Yeah, I will say, I really feel happy for Brazil. Like, I've seen some videos where, like, Brazilians were, like, you know, like, going insane over I'm Still Here's Oscar win. I feel happy for them, you know? I, like, that, like, really good on them. Like, this is, like, literally a David and Goliath situation. Like, Emilia Perez had over 4 times the nominations that I'm Still Here had, and I'm Still Here still took that down in international feature. Like, that was, when it had no precursor support. Like, that is really, like, that's really good for them. Did you think Conan O'Brien did a good job at the Oscars? Oh, I think he did a fantastic job. Like, one of the best, he is one of the best Oscar hosts I've maybe seen ever. Like, at least ever since I've started watching the Oscars. He was so funny. Like, the moment they announced that Conan O'Brien was hosting the Oscars, I was like, guys, like, he is like one of the most, I think he's going to end up being one of the most agreeable Oscar hosts ever. Movie strength really helps. Don't think Mikey would have won if Anora did not win Best Picture. Yeah, if Anora was not winning Best Picture, she would not have won Lead Actress. No. Do you think Timothée Chalamet could sweep next year for Marty Supreme? I don't know. Again, it really depends on, like, again, I can't really predict a complete sweep if we just don't even know what's going on. Like, even the early Oscar predictions, I'm like, right now I can't predict a sweep because I don't have Marty Supreme in Best Picture. Do you think Conan will do it again? I don't know, but I hope. Do you agree with the argument that the best... Do you agree with the argument that the Best Picture category should once again be top 5 and not top 10? No, I like top 10 more. I like top 10 more. Like, I do want all the other categories to stay at, like, 5 nominees. All the other categories should stay at 5 nominees. But if you're the big category, Best Picture, that should be 10. I feel like that's the right call. Because, like, look, are there going to be some films I disagree with? Sure. But there's already going to be films I disagree with in the top 5. So it's like, I would rather see what happened. I'd rather, like, the big award be the culmination. Like, it's like the top 10 films of the year, basically. That's kind of like, I like that. Yeah, Elver Galarga says, yeah, nah, I like 10 Best Picture nominees. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, that's my thing. Do you think next year the Oscars are going to nominate any horror movies? I mean, the closest we got is maybe Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, but I'm not going to predict that right now. Because, again, I need to see that happen to believe it. That's not true. Even if Anora was in number 2 for Best Picture, Mikey still would have won. Trust me, The Substance was not the Oscars' cup of tea. I don't know. I don't think so. Because, like, when the Oscars latch onto a Best Picture winner, when they latch onto a Best Picture winner, they will, they will want to, like, give it as much awards as possible. So, no, like, I don't think if Anora was not winning Best Picture, I don't think she would come along with the... I do not think she would come along with the film. Do you think Mickey 17 will be successful? No. I think it's going to be a box office bomb. Kiss of the Spider-Woman is the only other new musical I know of. Yeah, and I don't think that's happening either. Margaret Qualley not being nominated was a sign. I mean, sure, but Margaret Qualley was also not nominated at SAG, and Demi Moore still won. That Mikey win will do nothing for her career. You already said this, Rodney. No, that's not true. She's already getting lots of offers. And I don't want to comment on her as a person, like saying, oh, she should never work in Hollywood again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get to the point where it's like, look, I'll joke about how I'm like, bye, Anora, bye, or like, and I mean, good God, look at the stream here. It's like, Post-Mortem, and it's me being upset over Anora. But I don't want to get to where it's personal. At least when it's not towards people I have any animosity towards. Sean Baker, at least, he's kind of problematic. He's liked tweets before that were, transphobic, and he's, apparently very, very, pro-Zionist. But, that's a different thing. But with Mikey, I don't want to, I don't want to get to the point where it's, bullying, I don't want to be... I don't want to get to the point where it's bullying people. At least people that don't really deserve it. What do you want to see nominated next year at this point if you could? Well, it depends, because I don't know I don't know if these movies are any good. That's the problem. I mean, if Superman is fantastic, Superman's my most anticipated movie of the year, and if it's as good as I'm hoping it is, I would like that to get into Best Picture, but I don't know if that's happening. Thoughts on the next Jordan Peele movie being moved from December to October? I guess it's moving, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really get excited for a new Jordan Peele movie anymore. I really can't. Get Out is, one of, the best horror movies I've ever seen in my life. And then Jordan Peele just has not really been able to recapture that magic. I thought Us was fine. I liked Us, but I didn't love it. Nope. Again, I thought it was fine, but I didn't love it. So it's I feel like, I feel like Jordan Peele, in terms of being a director, is a one-hit wonder. He has not really captured the magic like he did with Get Out. What do you think of Hamnet? I feel like Chloe Zhao is not the right director for it. I'm skeptical of its awards chances. I don't know, cause I don't know. She did she did Nomadland and swept Best Picture and Director. But with Eternals, it's she's clearly an indie director going into a random big superhero film and has not had the kind of experience to do that kind of film. So I don't know. We'll have to see. 2025, Adrian Brody. 2024, Cillian Murphy. 2023, Brendan Fraser. 2022, Will Smith. 2021, Anthony Hopkins. 2020, Joaquin Phoenix. 2019, Rami Malek. Which is the best out of this list? Oh, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of tough between Brendan Fraser and Anthony Hopkins. It's really, really tough. Because both of them were so good. Oh my god. Maybe Anthony Hopkins. I might go for Anthony Hopkins right now. Let's see. Who from Twilight can you see getting an Oscar in their career? Robert or Kristen? Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart, I think, could either one of them win Oscars in their career. Maybe the most likely would maybe be Kristen Stewart because she already has an Oscar nomination. So, like, she's technically already closer than Robert Pattinson right now. So, I guess right now. What do you think is the biggest Oscar snub of all time? Well, that's kind of tough because it's like there are plenty of films I would have nominated for Best Picture that I know for a fact would have never happened. But I guess maybe out of like legitimate possibilities that could have actually happened. I guess like The Dark Knight not getting nominated for Best Picture, like that's like devastating. Because like that film is still very much remembered to this day as like a classic. And despite it getting nominated for PGA, DGA, and Writers Guild, it still missed. And not only that, but also had supporting actor like walking right in the door. It not getting Best Picture was probably like considered very, very shocking. Do you think Brendan Fraser in The Whale was better than Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom? In my opinion, Andrew was robbed. They didn't compete in the same year, but yes, I probably, if they were in the same category, I would pick Brendan Fraser over Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield is really fantastic in Tick, Tick, Boom, but even that year, he wasn't my pick to win. My pick to win was actually Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. Did you see Florida Project? If so, did you like it more than Anora? No, I have not seen the Florida Project. Award expert currently has Julie Roberts, Timothy Chalamet, Ariana Grande, and Coleman Domingo on top for next year. Yeah, I'm not like. Do you think Coleman Domingo can win an Oscar for Michael? I mean, maybe. Again, if Michael is very successful and it's very good. But again, the problem though is that I can't predict Michael. I can't predict Michael right now because again, I just don't trust Antoine Fuqua to make an Oscar caliber film anymore. Like he's not had like an Oscar film since Training Day. Like he's a very, very hit or miss director, and even his hits are not really that strong. They're like solid base hits, not home runs. So yeah, he's sort of like Ridley Scott. It's like I'll believe an Antoine Fuqua movie is in Best Picture when I see it. I'll like if it gets like universal praise and it's like a big box office hit, then yeah, I will predict Michael. But right now, I can't do it. I have to go the Elvis route, where like Baz Luhrmann, he was also not very strong as a director either, but he just made the right film at the right time. But it's one of those things where it's like I have to see it actually happen, like sort of like how we had to see if Elvis was actually going to be, it's one of those things. Sorry, wrong year. Did you like Will Smith more than Andrew, though, in 2022? Yeah, I would vote for Andrew Garfield over Will Smith. I would probably do that. I think the Academy will award Coleman in a leading role, not supporting, which is why I'm thinking he has a better shot at playing Nat King Cole. It really depends on like if the Nat King Cole biopic is coming out this year or next year. I have no idea. Nothing seems like it. We don't know if this is like. It's probably not coming out this year. It's probably not going to come out this year. What film do you think will do better at the Oscars? Smashing Machine or Marty Supreme? I'm betting on Smashing Machine right now because I feel like the narrative to get Dwayne Johnson an Oscar nomination is going to be pretty strong. And not only that, because not only that, but it's like the fact that, you know, this movie's about to come out and just recently, you know, Dwayne Johnson has been cast in a Martin Scorsese film. That makes me think like something's happening. Like maybe like Martin Scorsese saw the Smashing Machine and went, oh my god, Dwayne Johnson's amazing. I gotta make a movie where I could put him in it. It's like that's a thing where I'm like, ooh, like that. It's that kind of stuff that makes me go, this might be a thing. I think Smashing Machine might be a thing. And plus, it could win makeup. I actually am predicting Smashing Machine to win makeup and hairstyling, so there's that. Smashing Machine could get makeup and actor, but it's far from Best Picture. I wouldn't say far. I mean, because again, it is still a biopic. It still has a narrative going around it. And, like, if it's received very, very well, and it's accessible, and it's campaigned well enough, then yeah, it could definitely be a Best Picture thing. They're trying to make Carla at the Oscars as a good person. Didn't buy it. I still think they're a terrible person. Sorry. I think you mean she's still a terrible person. Like, she is a terrible person. Yeah, her pronouns, I believe, are she, her. Which Safdie brother will have their better awards movie, Benny or Josh? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know which one's which. Marty Supreme feels like the Wolf of Wall Street, which is why I don't think Chalamet is winning. But the problem is it's also kind of a risk overall to bet on the Safdie brothers because they've never really had like a Best Picture thing before. They've never really had that. Wow, Coleman Domingo as Nat King Cole would be something to see depending on the script and direction. Yeah, I would agree. Could that Michael Jackson biopic get in or be forgotten? Well, as I said before, like I can't really bet on that right now because I just don't trust Antoine Fuqua with a film that's going to be like a serious awards player until I see it. Would you like to see Ariana in a Audrey Hepburn biopic? Maybe that could be her ticket to an Oscar win, if it's good, of course. Maybe. We'll have to see. Could The Life of Chuck maybe be a long shot or for screenplay and picture? No, I don't think it's a long shot at all. I think right now you have to predict it to be nominated for Best Picture. Because like we don't really have a lot of information right now. And The Life of Chuck out of all these movies is the one that we have the most information on. And it won the TIFF Audience Award. Like, you could predict it for adapted screenplay and be good right there. You could be good. Did you see Carla Sofia Gascon exchange with awkward exchange with Selena Gomez? I didn't see that. No. Wicked for Good, I feel like might be a sweep like Lord of the Rings, but the problem though, here's the problem though. These are two different kinds of movies. With Lord of the Rings, you could give that some screenplay. You could give that a screenplay nomination. But musicals don't get screenplay nominations, really. And sure, Chicago did that. Chicago got with the last musical adaptation to get nominated for screenplay. But that was also, like, radically changing the format of the stage show to fit a movie. Because the stage show, like unlike the stage show, the movie had, like, switching perspectives from the real world and the musical world. Do it, like, that kind of thing where, like, bouncing back and forth between these worlds. Like, that's something that was never really done in musical adaptations before. So it made it a very unique experience. And again, it was doing something that no musical adaptation had never really done. Wicked was it expanded on the story a bit, but at the same time, it was mostly still word for word the stage show, and that doesn't really seem to impress the writers' branch. Really, it doesn't really seem to impress them. And so I already can't say Wicked for Good is going to be like, you know, it's going to be like Lord of the Rings, because I just don't think it's going to get nominated for screenplay. And director, again, the problem is, from everything I've heard, the second act of Wicked is worse than the first act. So I can't really predict Wicked to... I cannot really predict Wicked for Good right now to be in Best Picture, because it feels like we're setting ourselves up for a disappointment. Could Jennifer Lopez win for Kiss of the Spider-Woman? Not if it's in Best Picture, and I don't think that's happening. Which one do you think is more likely for Dune Messiah adapted, screenplay, or director? For which win? maybe director, but again, it's like I just feel like the Oscars just don't like the Dune movies. They just don't like those movies. What March, April movies are you looking forward to? I have no idea what's even coming out in March and April, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Let me look. Yeah, I don't know what's coming out, and wait. March 2025 movies. Death of a Unicorn looks kind of fun. Snow White, I'm fascinated by. Wait, is Jay Kelly actually coming out? Yeah, it's coming out in March. What? Wait, yeah, wait, it's coming. Wait, March 10th? March 10th is when Jay Kelly. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, Google lied to me for some reason. Yeah, on Wikipedia it says Jay Kelly is scheduled to be released by Netflix in fall 2025. Okay. It looks like they're going for the... so yeah, honestly, if Google's gonna lie to me like that, I have no idea what's coming out. And I have no idea what's coming out in March or April, so I don't know. After Maestro, don't surprise me, no one's talking about what Cooper has coming out. Doesn't surprise me, no one's talking about what Cooper has coming out. Wait, is Bradley Cooper directing a movie this year? Oh wait, I haven't seen anyone talk about Bradley Cooper's new film this year called Is This Thing On for Oscars, but it's a contender. Wait, let me look this up. Wait, I think the reason why no one's talking about it, I'm looking on Wikipedia. Principal, I'm looking at Wikipedia. Filming reportedly began by January 2025 in New York City. So, I think the reason why no one's talking about, Is This Thing On? The reason why no one's talking about it is because it's probably not coming out this year. It's probably not going to come out this year. What do you think about Jay Kelly's Oscar chances? Right now, I have it in my Best Picture 10 right now. I don't know if I'm going to get it right. But it's like, I could see some screenplay and acting nominations in there. I wonder if Snow White will be good. It won't. It probably won't. Although it's going to be sad because it's probably not going to be good, but you know there's going to be like sexist and racist trolls out there that are just going to be like shitting all over, Rachel Zegler for like no reason, and they're gonna say that she's a bad actress even though she's not. It's just she's just not been in the best projects. I mean, they had the nerve to put Rachel and Gal presenting together. Oh, the shade. I don't know if it's shade. I think they're just trying to market the movie. Prior to Parasite, which non-English film from the 21st century would you have liked to win Best Picture? Pan's Labyrinth, easily. Pan's Labyrinth is like one of my favorite movies of all time. The fact that it didn't even win Best International Feature back then. Ah, God. But yeah, Pan's Labyrinth, that would be my winner. Do you think the Oscars would nominate Ne Zha 2 in Animated Feature? No. I think, the whole marketing around this film, the whole thing about Ne Zha 2 is so strange. I'm gonna hold my horses there. I need to hold my horses when it comes to this film. Let me look. Yeah, even on Rotten Tomatoes, it only has like 5 critic reviews. And it doesn't seem to be like unanimous, like glowing praise. Aaron Kalu says, I saw the Gal Gadot enough clip. Yeah, the moment they cast Gal Gadot as the evil queen, I was like, what? Like, Rachel Zegler is Snow White. Actually, a very good choice. I think she's actually a very good choice to play Snow White, Rachel Zegler. But Gal Gadot as the evil queen? No. No, guys, no. Like, I'm not even saying she's, like, the worst actress. Like, no, I thought she was a good Wonder Woman and stuff. But the thing is, the evil queen needs to have such, like a precise sense of menace to her. And very coldly calculated. Like, I remember there were, like, rumors of Lady Gaga playing the evil queen. Like, they were saying, oh, maybe Lady Gaga was cast as the evil queen. That would have been so perfect. Like, I could see Lady Gaga in that role. So, like, again, it's like Gal Gadot's not a bad actress generally, but for the kind of actress she is, like the kind of presence she brings on screen, the evil queen is one I just don't think. Like, just no, guys, no. Well, 2 out of 4, $105 back, yay. Oh, wait, you won $105, Gavin? Let's go. Are you looking forward to Mission Impossible? Decently. I'll probably see it, but I'm not like head over heels over the Mission Impossible franchise. Are you excited to see Mickey 17? I'm mildly looking forward to it. It's not like one of the things I'm most excited for. Gaga would be a great evil queen. OMG, she would be so unhinged and iconic. Right? Like, you can see it. You can see the vision with Lady Gaga as the evil queen. Or hell, like, granted, like, Angelina Jolie already did Maleficent. But, like, what are some other actresses? Honestly. Actually, I kind of want to look at, you know, who... I want to see who else probably could have made a good evil queen. Let's see. Ooh, Marion Cotillard. That probably... Yeah, she would probably been good as well. Let's see. Let's see. Emily Blunt. Perhaps Emily Blunt. Sarah Paulson. Ooh, that... Not bad, actually. She'd probably be very good. Penelope Cruz. I could probably see her there. Eva Mendes. Maybe. I don't know. I just can't get over Lady Gaga. Like, Lady Gaga would, like, that, again, she has that menace to her face. Like, she has, like, such a, she has such an intimidating face when she needs it. And again, that voice, like, oh my god, her voice. Like, that, yeah, her singing is very good, but the vocal range of her voice, I could definitely see her making that very loud and commanding, booming voice. Like, God, man. Why couldn't they get Lady Gaga? Like, Lady Gaga actually would have killed it as the evil queen. But no, they went, Kal-El, no. Kal-El, no. Enough. Will Shrek 5 get nominated for animated feature in 2027? If I'm going to be honest, I think it might end up being a disappointment, because it's from the same director of the Trolls movies. So, uh-oh, not good. That's not great. Gal Evil Queen apparently is going to have a song in the film, like, singing. Charlize Theron was the best Evil Queen. Oh, no, Gal Gadot's going to sing? Oh, man. That makes me want Lady Gaga in there even more. I want Gaga to be an EGOT so bad we're halfway there. Yeah, and that's also another thing. Like, I just realized, like, wasn't Lady Gaga like a theater kid, like in school or something like that? I think she was like a theater kid. It's like if she was trained in theater, it's like, I mean, granted, she's already an Academy Award nominated actress, so it's already like, but it's like she has some significant acting experience. Yeah, she comes from a theater background. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't understand this. Like, how, like, she was, like, right there, but Gal Gadot, I think she was, like, mainly, like, probably the convenient pick. Like, have you noticed that Disney will just kind of, like, cast, like, very convenient people, like, within their, like, bubble to cast in their movies? Like, they'll just cast, like, the same people in every movie. Like, God, how many times has Mads Mikkelsen been under the Disney umbrella? Like, he was in Rogue One, Doctor Strange, I think he was also in Mufasa. It's like he's in a lot of movies. He's in a lot of movies. How'd you feel about the opening of the Oscars? I think the voters will make sure not to forget Ariana and Cynthia. I thought the opening of the Oscars was great. I thought it was very good. Rose Byrne could be this year's Kieran Culkin. I have no idea what movie she's in. Haha. But yeah, I'm convinced both Gaga and Ariana will be EGOT winners in 10 years. They deserve it. Yeah, like, maybe, perhaps, maybe. I mean, like, doesn't Gaga need to, like, win, like, a Tony or something? A Tony and an Emmy? Because obviously she has Grammys and she has an Oscar. So I think, yeah, she needs a Tony and an Emmy. Apparently Julie Roberts is said to be nominated next year and win her Oscar, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not exactly sure. Again, I don't even know what's coming out this year. Yeah, she needs a Tony and an Emmy. Alright. God, man, we could have had it all. We could have had it all. Would you watch the Oscars in person if you got the worst seat in the building? What do you mean by the worst seat in the building? That's what I want to know. Like where exactly would the worst seat be? Because even then... Wait, she has an Emmy for an American Horror Story? Wait, she actually won an Emmy for that? I need to know. Wait, the front row... Wait, worst seat in the building? Wait, if we're talking about watching the Oscars in person, the front row is the best seat you want to be in. What? Like, that's not, like... This is not, like... It's not like watching a movie in a movie theater. It's like, you... If we're watching people on a stage, you want to be in the front row. What? That's not a bad seat at all. That's the best seat, actually. It's the exact opposite of the best seat. It depends where you're recording where you're recording it in the front row. I'm not exactly sure what's being said. But even if I got the worst seat in the house at the Oscars, I could still mingle with the celebrities. Like, hey, I can make some friends, or make some connections and stuff. Like, who knows? So it's like, or networking, I think. Yeah, networking. Yeah, you can make some friends, you can network. Like, even if you get the worst seat in the house at the Oscars, you can still meet people, you know? Google claims Gaga has been nominated for Emmys, but it doesn't say she has won. Wait, is this AI Google? Is this like the AI version of Google? Let me go on to Wikipedia. Wikipedia there. Wikipedia there. Let's see. Wait, or would it be Primetime Emmy Awards? Hold on. Is it Primetime Emmy Awards? Okay, yeah. She's been nominated. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, she was nominated for 4 Emmys. Outstanding Variety Music or Comedy Special for Lady Gaga Presents the Monster Ball Tour at Madison Square Garden, and Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga Cheek to Cheek Live. Outstanding Special Class Program, Super Bowl Halftime Show starring Lady Gaga, and Outstanding Variety Special pre-recorded with One Last Time in Evening with Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. So yeah, she's been nominated for some Emmys, but has not won any. Actually, and it wasn't even for American Horror Story. Wait, I just realized, wait, did you get this confused with the Golden Globes? I'm willing to bet the Golden Globes probably nominated her. Yeah, no, like she did not win an Emmy for American Horror Story. She won a Golden Globe for Best Actress miniseries or television film for American Horror Story Hotel. Like that was not an Emmy win, that was a Golden Globe. What the hell? She did a song for Romeo and Juliet and got nominated for a Golden Globe? What? Frozen chat. Oh, there we go. I think Kieran might get a Tony. That's what I'm hearing. Who knows? Trent Reznor only needs a Tony. Nine Inch Nails being EGOT would go so hard. Ooh, that's fun. Man, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are such good composers. I will still say they should have got, like, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross should have gotten Oscar nominations for Best Original Score for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Can you rank the past 10 Best Picture winners? Huh, that's interesting. Let me look. Best Picture winners. Let's take a look, shall we? Winners and nominees. What were the last 10 Anora, Oppenheimer? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Best to worst. Let's see. From best to worst. Oppenheimer, Moonlight, ooh, what do I do here? Hold on a second, let me, dang it, where, like, how do I, what? Okay, yeah. Okay. Then I would do Parasite, then Shape of Water, then Green Book, then Coda, then Spotlight, then Everything Everywhere, Nomadland, and that dead last is Anora, so yeah. Ludwig Göransson or Hans Zimmer? That's tough because Ludwig Göransson is relatively new. I love Ludwig's score, all of Ludwig's scores already, but I don't know if I could really compare him to Hans Zimmer. But then again, because Hans Zimmer has had made some all-time best scores, so I don't know. What Best Picture do you think hasn't aged well? Already, Anora has not aged well, so that's probably my answer. Surprised James Newton Howard hasn't won for a score yet. Yeah, who? Do you think Superman can get into Best Picture like Black Panther? I don't know. I'm not, as I said earlier in the stream, I'm not going to bet on that right now. But what I will say is that Superman does have a compelling narrative. Yeah, Superman admittedly has a compelling narrative where, in the current political landscape, I mean, let's face it, the Trump political landscape, things are kind of looking pretty hopeless. But if this Superman movie is like everything it should be, and people really love where it takes Superman in this direction, and it's like, this is what Superman is, and this is what Superman should be a representation of what our country should be, and get really passionate for it, and it's a new start for the DC universe. It could, it's like, hey, we should try to aspire for our country to have a fresh start come the next election or something like that. I don't know, but it's one of those things where it's like, the narrative is there. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna predict it for Best Picture. I'm not gonna predict it for a Best Picture nomination. But I'm just saying, if it's very, very, very well received, and like it is like considered one of the best superhero movies ever made, then maybe I do have it at the very bottom of my best picture list. Like again, which means I'm not gonna pull the plug. I'm not gonna predict it right now. But I'm just saying the narrative is there if Superman is like very, very strong. What does Superman have to do with politics? Everything. Superman has everything to do with politics, actually. You look at the Superman comics, and they've constantly dealt with political issues. I mean, hell, like, already, Superman is like an immigrant that, he's not from here. He's not from Earth. He would be considered an immigrant. And, him, standing for regardless of which version you go with, which version of the phrase you go with, truth, justice, and a better tomorrow, or truth, justice, and the American way. It's like basically Superman is kind of like a symbol of what America should stand for, or the world. And the Superman comics tackle a lot of political issues in general. So yeah. Can you rank the past 10 lead actress winners? I don't know if I can do that right now. Like that's a lot of research to do. Like literally every Best Picture film this year has to do with politics. Art is political. The personal is political. Yeah, exactly. Art is inherently political. There's always some sort of a political message in art, and that's neither a good thing or a bad thing. It is like that's just a fact of life. And if it actually, actually can be. Actually, it is a good thing because I mean, without delving into some sort of real world issues and stuff, art doesn't kind of becomes meaningless. Which is why I still even push back when people say that Marvel movies aren't cinema. That's like. Have you seen some of the stuff that some of those Marvel movies tackle? Like, come on! Like some of the best Marvel movies are the ones that get deep into politics, like Captain America: Civil War, or even like Black Panther or something like that. I mean, what prediction from this year are you most proud of this year, and which one are you most embarrassed by? Not in a bad way, but just a whoops kind of way. Okay, in terms of. The one I'm most proud of, maybe sticking by, maybe one of the ones I'm really most proud of is when they announced that A Complete Unknown was coming out this year, was going to be coming out in December of 2024. I immediately put that into Best Picture, and I never took it out. I was like, let's go. Like, I was like, there's a reason why this film is like how I describe it. It's like. The film is very, very, what's what I'm looking for? Like, it's such like classic Oscar bait that the Oscars are just gonna, they're gonna eat it up. And so it's like, yeah, they're just gonna go for that. So that's kind of, can you answer my previous question, please? What? Like, keep in mind that the chat's going like this, and I'm answering long questions in a long way. So yeah, when it's directors and their film's time to win, it seems like DGA-PGA is the place to determine their Oscar fate. Which director wins first in the next 5 years? Denis, Paul Thomas Anderson, Luca Guadagnino, Yorgos Lanthimos, Greta Gerwig, Tarantino. Probably more likely Paul Thomas Anderson because Tarantino's not gonna. I think he has like one film left in him. But Paul Thomas Anderson, I think, makes the most sense right now. I think probably Paul Thomas Anderson is the one most likely to win right now. And in terms of which prediction am I most embarrassed by, I mean, I don't know if I could say Sing Sing I'm embarrassed by it, because like it got close. It was probably number 11 for Best Picture. It was probably number 11. What? Okay, yeah. Which one am I most embarrassed by? Actually, let me look at. What are some of the ones that I was embarrassed by? Maybe trying to predict Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, for a visual effects nomination. I feel pretty silly over that, because I was like, I should have known there's no way they're going to do that. No. So maybe that, like, maybe trying to predict Rebel Moon Part 2 for visual effects, I was like, that was a little bit silly of me. And And I guess, like, Better Man, I tried predicting for the longest time that Better Man wouldn't get nominated for visual effects. Ultimately, once the Visual Effects Society Awards nominations came out, I put Better Man in. And admittedly, now, I would say, even in my personal vote, it would be number 2 to win. But, like, for the longest time, I was like, this doesn't look like, this monkey doesn't look all that great. But then I should have realized, wait, that was, you know, the trailer. The trailer, you know... The trailer didn't, like, it was pretty obvious that the visual effects were not finished in the trailer. It's a shame Angelina Jolie didn't get into actress, but her film made cinematography. Yeah, she was great in Maria. She deserved it. I don't know why, but I'm not as confident in one battle after another as everyone else is. Something about it makes it feel more like Inherent Vice than Paul Thomas Anderson's Best Picture movies. True, but I don't know. Like, I feel like, Paul Thomas Anderson has kind of gotten a lot more respect in recent years. Like, with Phantom Thread getting in, I mean, no one predicted Phantom Thread for Best Picture, and even less people predicted Paul Thomas Anderson would get in for Best Director. So it's like, at this point, he's kind of like an Oscar darling now. But it was weird that Pablo Larraín film didn't get into actress, and that was Maria. Yeah. I mean, technically, you know... El Conde didn't get an lead actress. I also feel like the box office is going to make or break for this. Yeah, that is interesting. I'm really wondering where this new Paul Thomas Anderson movie is going to go. Did Paul Thomas Anderson win for Phantom Thread director? No. Guillermo del Toro won for The Shape of Water. Like, yeah. Most of the... I think... But, and definitely, like, there's no way... Paul Thomas Anderson would have won because the only place he got nominated for Best Director was the Oscars, so. Will Wicked for Good have Oscar screenings before its wide release? I'm assuming so. Like I said, guys, if you wanna support the channel anyway, we got membership gifting, we have memberships, we have super chats, super stickers. Consider becoming a member. It really does mean a lot. Emilia Perez getting nominated for makeup over Dune, The Apprentice, and Beetlejuice and Furiosa, which is terrible. So many other choices. I disagree. I thought Emilia Perez, despite the film's problems, deserved makeup and hairstyling. Like, the makeup they put on Carla Sofia Gascon was legitimately very, very, very impressive work. Like, my god. I thought, you know... Like, I thought Emilia Perez had very, like, impressive makeup and prosthetics. Like, she legitimately looked like a completely different person. Like, I can't complain about that. Where's Emilia Perez stand now after its disaster Oscar mess? It's just gonna be on Netflix, I guess. There was a small earthquake last night in LA. Even the ground was upset that Anora won, as it should have been. The world's now legitimately worse after Anora won Best Picture. Oh. Let's see. Frozen chat. Yeah. Again, it's just whenever I'm looking at something else, and this thing kind of goes away. Like, cause I have this as a pop out chat. Actually, it's a pop out chat, and it'll just like freeze chat for some reason. What did you want to win instead? Anything else, honestly, for Best Picture. Honestly, anything else would have been better than Anora, in my opinion. But ultimately, like, my overall pick would have been Dune Part 2, but that was never going to happen. So I was at least hoping for a Conclave win. But, Does the budget of Paul Thomas Anderson's film, $140 million... Concern you that DJ chances if it doesn't perform well at the box office? Yeah, that would be concerning. If it's not a box office success, that would be concerning. Thought they would drop the Wicked for Good trailer during the Oscars. Well, the thing is, like, from what I understand, John M. Chu was saying none of the visual effects were, like, because he was asked, why wasn't there a Wicked for Good trailer during the Super Bowl? He's like, the visual effects aren't done yet. So I think that's the reason. It's just like the visual effects are not finished yet. Paul Thomas Anderson films don't do that great at the box office. How could you justify a $140 million budget? I don't know. Let's see who actually. Who is? One battle after another. Let's see. Who is distributing this? Wait, Warner Brothers. Whoa, Warner Brothers. Okay. What? Because if it was like Netflix, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's going to happen. Absolutely, yeah. They would do something this crazy, but Warner Brothers? I still have, I'm still going to think that this is happening, probably. Yeah, it has IMAX release, which could help it. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. A trailer could come out without visual effects. Didn't that happen with No Way Home? Well, technically the visual effects were not finished in No Way Home, but they were good enough to put in a trailer. When John M. Chu is saying that the visual effects aren't finished, obviously he's not saying that, the visual effects are going to be completely finished. I think ultimately what he means is that, like, it's not good enough to show in a trailer, the visual effects yet. Are you predicting Avatar 3 to win nothing? No, I'm predicting it to win visual effects right now, because I have it in Best Picture right now, but I will say, if Avatar Fire and Ash is not in Best Picture, and if Avatar 3 is not in Best Picture, that could call its visual effects chances into doubt. Because, if Avatar Fire and Ash is not nominated for Best Picture, but it is nominated for visual effects, but it's going up against a Best Picture nominated film that is also nominated for visual effects, I don't know if it's going to win. It might not win, because it's not the most well-received film in the category, or at the very least, it's not in Best Picture. Maybe John M. Chu is maybe trying to fix the problem after the first film he can with the second part. No. Like, I don't want to I can't really believe that right now. Like, that's just kind of, like, I mean, we could say maybe this, maybe that, but it's also like, we don't know. We don't really know for sure. So, based off the information we have, I might just go ahead and just assume that it's not going to be, it's not going to be, like, a big thing. Like, it's probably not going to happen. Rank these animated movies who won. Flo, Boy and the Heron, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Encanto, Soul, Toy Story 4. Alright. Soul. Then probably... Let's see. Soul. Then we have... maybe Toy Story 4. Then Flow. Wait, no. No. Soul. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Toy Story 4. The Boy and the Heron. Flow. Encanto. All those were fantastic. Heading out, peace to all. Hey, bye AJ, goodbye. Sad that we won't have an Avatar versus Dune showdown in visual effects in the same year. Yeah, that's gotta be a shame. What do you think of? What do you think will be Netflix's top push this year? Well, the thing is, Mandalorian. The thing is, we don't. I don't know what's. I don't know what. Like, they're probably gonna like acquire something during the film festivals. They're probably gonna acquire some film. That's the thing. So yeah. Did you think any films in 2024 were a masterpiece? Yeah, there were a few. Like, masterpieces are the ones that I would call, that are the ones that I would give like a 10 out of 10 to. So, yeah, out of the Best Picture nominees, the masterpieces I would say are Dune Part 2, Conclave, Wicked, and The Substance. And yes, I do think Wicked is a masterpiece. If you don't like it, you can jump out of a bus. What was it? They have Burger, Bigelow, and Frankenstein. Oh wait, is Edward Burger? Wait, a minute. Oh wait, hold on, let me look here. So you're saying The Ballad of a Small Player is Edward Burger? Like, no. I know. I know that's Edward Burger. That's Netflix. Like, The Ballad of a Small Player is Netflix. Wicked was great, but masterpiece is a little much. I mean, it's a completely subjective thing, you know? Everyone has their definition of what a masterpiece is. I have mine, you have yours, so... yeah. I think Netflix let's see, Rodney says, I think Netflix should remove that Amelia film entirely. No, I'm not in favor of, like, erasing movies from existence. I don't like that. That's bad. I feel like that's a dangerous precedent. I mean, we're already seeing movie studios just completely disregard movies as just, you know, like just completely like studios already view film and art in general as just numbers on a spreadsheet. And it's just like, I feel like just erasing movies from existence, that does nothing. All that does is set a bad precedent. These movies should absolutely be available to watch, no matter, like, even regardless if you don't like them or if you do like them. It's like they need to be out there for people. They need to be out there for people to see. Which woman director do you think deserves to win Best Director and join the only 3 female winners: Jane Campion, Chloe Zhao, and Bigelow? Well, that's the thing. Like, it's really tough because, I'm not sure I would give Best Director to because I'm looking back, I would have given Christopher Nolan Best Director. It's like, it's kind of like. It also depends on what the movie is. Like, if you have the right movie and you have, the right filmmaker, I mean, who knows? But it's it's kind of a hard question to ask. No, not ask, but it's a hard question to answer, considering there's a lot of different factors that go into there. And even then, I probably Sofia Coppola has put in the work. To be honest, just depends on the year or movie. So yeah, I can't really go off of just that. I have to go off of the actual movies as well and stuff. So yeah. I mean, I hope Greta Gerwig makes a film that's good enough to win Best Director. At least one that I think is good enough. So yeah. Let's see. How come you don't cover the Emmys? Because I don't really watch that much television. That's the problem. And plus, TV requires way more investment into watching rather than just... I already have a hard time, catching up to movies, so I probably won't be able to catch up to TV all that much. They need the right Oscar bait movie, and they are good. Yeah, again, like I said, it depends on the movie. It depends on, yeah, all that stuff. Greta Gerwig would do Narnia next. I'm really excited for Narnia. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very, very excited for Narnia. Because, like, you know, yeah, I am very much looking forward to her Chronicles of Narnia reboot. Emmys are interesting in that there's more potential for a show to pop out of nowhere versus movies, which need the marketing to get attention. Yeah, like, didn't, like, Baby Reindeer, like, have, like, no, like, marketing before, like, initially, but then when people just watched it, and it was like, boom. Yeah, like, this time last year, I had no idea what Baby Reindeer was. Yeah, some TV shows will literally just come out of nowhere, and people just start watching it and telling other people to watch it. Maybe Animal Farm? Wait, what do you mean Animal Farm? What? Wait, what? What are we talking about, Luca? That's random. What? What? It was a month from coming out. It makes it more fun, but also harder to keep up with. Ooh. Oh, wait, Mandalorian. Are you saying it was a month after Baby Reindeer came out when people started watching it? I mean, after Better Call Saul got full snub from 70+ nominations, kind of gave up on Emmys. I can't, like, yeah, like I said, I can't really do Emmys content that really, because it's just like, you know, I'm not able to watch as much television as much as when it comes to movies. I still haven't seen Coda or Belfast because those were nominated during my dark ages. Oh, we have lore. But I loved Coda. I love Belfast. I don't get the hate for those movies. I don't get the hate for them. I think they're great. 2021 and 2022 are my dark ages. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Nothing bad, I just didn't have time to watch movies. Oh, okay. I might get ready to hop off here. Like, maybe. We'll have to see. But yeah. Well, like, any last thoughts before I hop off? Like I said, guys, if you want to show any support for, like, show some, like, any kind of monetary support, we have ko-fi.com/Christian Hannah. In fact, I could probably even just, like, put up the Ko-fi right here, actually. I could probably, yeah, let me just put Ko-fi in the chat. Let's just do that. Boing. What's up, people? Hello, Awards Garage. Will you be watching Odyssey and IMAX Day 1? I don't live near an IMAX theater, because my town sucks. Do you watch Jay Vaders? No, I don't even know who that is. Did you like Licorice Pizza? No, I did not, actually. That was probably the worst Best Picture nominee, in my opinion, that year. Glad to be leaving Emilia Perez and Anora in the past. Yeah, like, we don't need... Yeah, Anora... Granted, like I said, March is going to be the... what's the word I'm looking for? The retrospective month in terms of... You know, looking back on the 2020s decade as a whole. I'll be ranking... Look them up when you have time, maybe, if I don't forget. But, like, yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of fun content. I'm going to be doing, tier lists, some top 10 lists for the 2020s decade in a nutshell. But, yeah, in terms of the Oscars and stuff. The one with the glasses, right? Justin Martin. Last thoughts. Win Anora, win Sweep, win Mikey, win Oscars. No! No! Anora, no! Oh, yeah. I will still never forgive the Oscars for doing this to me. Like, that was just greedy. That was, like, giving Anora editing was just greedy. Like, they did not need to do that. Like, that was sick. That was a sick move. And I will still say, Bohemian Rhapsody was a better editing winner than Anora was. Woo! Yeah, so, hi, Anora. Hi. Oh, the editing was greedy. Yeah, like, let something else get that. Like, goddamn. Like, you know, like, that was so not, like, a big editing movie. Look, those slides, like, in Google Slides or PowerPoint, it's from the official Oscars Twitter, so I have no idea. Okay, that's an insane take about Bohemian Rhapsody, but whatever. Hey, look! At least I can see why that won editing. I'm going to catch up on some Best Picture nominees from the 2020s I missed because I was busy. Nice. But I will say, I think one thing I'm also going to try to do, and this is like probably going to be like a little project, I'm going to go work on. Now that the Oscars are over, Anora is 10 times the film Bohemian Rhapsody is, though. I disagree. I think Bohemian Rhapsody is much better. But I think one project I might try to do is I'm going to try to watch every single Best Picture winner that's ever existed and make a tier list out of that. Make a tier list video. Ooh. I haven't seen Women Talking, Triangle of Sadness, The Fabelmans, and Elvis. Love all those except Triangle of Sadness. I did not like Triangle of Sadness. I thought that film was pretentious. Anora is already a top 3 Best Picture winner of the 2020s. Ah! Oh, my heart! Ah! Would you recommend The Father? I heard Anthony Hopkins' performance is on the same caliber as Cillian Murphy's. No, he's better. Anthony Hopkins in The Father is better than Cillian Murphy's in Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy was amazing, don't get me wrong. He was great. But Anthony Hopkins is like on another level of acting in The Father. He's like on a completely different level. Justice for Challengers and Luca. I disagree. I didn't like Challengers. Haven't seen Drive My Car, Belfast, West Side Story, Coda. You haven't seen West Side Story? That's like one of the best movies ever. Oh my god. Fun fact. Hannah said any Best Picture nominee was better than Anora, so he would rather let Emilia Perez win, just to let you all know. Sorry for the universe where Emilia Perez wins. Ooh. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow then. Yeah, watch West Side Story. West Side Story. Da-na-na-na-na America. Na-na-na-na-na America. Na-na-na-na-na America. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ooh, look at me dabbing. Ooh. Am I hip with the kids yet? Am I hip with the kids? How you do, fellow kids? What's your favorite Best Picture winner? That's tough because I have not seen every Best Picture winner, but of the ones I've seen, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, no, wait, okay, no, Best Picture winners. It might be Oppenheimer. I'm not gonna lie, it might be Oppenheimer. Like, that was like a damn good movie. For me, The Sound of Music. Oh, I've not seen Sound of Music. I've not seen that. What's your favorite? Oh wait, you already asked that. In that universe, hopefully an actual Mexican filmmaker directed it, and Selena knew how to speak proper Spanish. To be fair with Selena Gomez, I think her character was already, like, not a native Spanish speaker. So it's like, her Spanish wasn't perfect, but I think that's kind of the point of the character. So, like, Oppenheimer or Dune Part 2? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. It might change, but right now I might say Oppenheimer. Dune easily. Hey, look, the Dune movies are great. Have you seen that article about the 4 anonymous voters who said they would abstain from watching the nominees? Do you think that was why Dune 2 got snubbed bad? I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't take too much stock on the anonymous ballots because they literally, like, the ones that get published are always the ones that are like the most insane, have like the most insane takes. So it's like, of course they're gonna publish those. Like, if there's like a normal anonymous ballot, they probably have like a couple of anonymous ballots there that are normal, but for the most part, they're gonna be kind of weird about it. Like, they're gonna get like the weird people that have the most insane takes. Dune Part 2 was amazing, but it makes sense that it didn't win Best Picture. It doesn't make sense to me. I thought it was the best film of the year. Easily. Conan's Spanish in the ceremony was better than Selena's. I mean, look. I said my piece about Selena Gomez. I said my piece. Have you seen Game of Thrones? No, I have not. I've seen season 1 of House of the Dragon, but I have not seen Game of Thrones. I can't really catch up with TV shows because that's just like way too much stuff. Like, it's kind of like sensory overload in a way. It's like too much to catch up on. I'm like, no, I can't. I can't catch up with all of that. Like, it's one thing to catch up with, like, one movie or something like that, but, like, entire seasons, there's probably over 24 hours worth of Game of Thrones. I can't do that. Joker or Endgame, which is your favorite? Ooh, that's tough. Probably Endgame, probably Avengers Endgame, but Joker is honestly probably number 2. I'm not gonna lie. There is way more than 24 hours of Game of Thrones. Yeah. By the way, what was your opinions on the Razzies? I've actually not looked at the winners yet, so maybe I might try to do. Maybe I might put out a video tomorrow or something. Maybe I might try to do that. LMAO, there's 73 hours and 55 minutes of Game of Thrones. Yeah, I'm never going to be able to catch up to all that. No fucking way in hell am I going to do. No, I can't. I genuinely cannot do that. Don't spoil, guys. Ooh. But yeah, and like I said, if you want to support the channel anyway, we got Ko-Fi right here. And also, if you want to become a member of the channel, super stickers, super chat, membership gifting, you know, it's all gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun, you know. If you become a member, you get all the hold on, oh yeah, you get all these little fun perks. You get membership badges, emojis, members only videos, members only shoutouts, member only polls, and also like weekly live chats. It's all fun for like at least exclusively to members. So yeah. But yeah, I think I might get ready to. Thoughts on folks who watch films at 2 times speed? Do they deserve rights? No, they don't deserve rights. They don't deserve hair. They don't deserve love. Yeah, like, but on a real note, that's just insane. Like, watching a movie at 2 times speed, why would you, like, obviously with the thing I was saying before, that was obviously a joke, but it's like, in real talk, why would you watch anything at 2 times speed? Why? Like, you're not gonna get a sense of pacing at all. That like ruins all sense of pacing and stuff. Like, imagine if you were saying, "Oh man, you know, this movie was boring." It's like, well, you didn't watch it at the right speed. Kieran Culkin is the second actor from Home Alone to win a supporting actor Oscar. Ooh, oh yeah, because Joe Pesci as well. But yeah, I might get ready to end it off here, guys. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming onto this stream. It's a lot of fun. Again, I like doing these streams. It's cool talking movies. Yeah, Joe Pesci and Kieran sweep. Let's go. But yeah, guys, like I said, if you want to become a member, it's right there. You know, like you could. There's also like the joining channel button in my homepage. I really would like it if you became a member. I do want to continue growing my memberships, and it really helps. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, you won't be able to predict next year's Oscars.